Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's week 3 of my Christmas decorations for December. This week I'm using the Planners Anonymous Deck the Halls kit. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm a little iffy. I have sort of ideas and things that I think will work, but then I'm a little bit kind of confused at the same time. So I have all of my bits and pieces from the Deck the Halls kit in this envelope. I'm just kind of grabbing out what I know I need. I've got a bunch of die cuts, or they're the printables, but I've cut them out. So I've got them, I've got some pattern or some plain paper and some pattern paper, and then I've got the sticker kits. So I've got the regular, like the weekly sticker kit, and then I have a copy of the of the extra one that went in the Deck the Halls, like in the Lights Planner Action thing. So I might still use some of those stickers, but I'm not sure. I've also got the washi tape, so I've got plenty here to go along with. I think what I want to do first is just work out the tops and the bottoms, because that's the easy part. So I want to put on the top, out of the weekly sticker kit, there's the gorgeous lights as a washi strip. So I want to use that. I kind of know the bits I want to use, and then the rest I'm kind of playing along with in my head. So I want to put those on the top, but because they are wide enough. But I reckon I can give it a bit more. So I'm going to put the green heart washi that came in the duo. I'm going to put that on the top, like right at the top, actually. Yeah, no, right at the top. I'm going to white out the December first. And I've got a way to bring in a bit more of the foiling too, because there will only be little pops of foil, but I have ideas for how to do that. So I've got the little strip of washi there, and then I'm going to put the lights in underneath it, because the lights don't quite cover up my entire gap, but now they will. I love these lights, I think they're gorgeous. There we go. We'll just go ahead and trim off the excesses of those, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I like that just adds just a little bit of foil detail, because like I said, we're only going to use little bits and pops of it. So then at the bottom, I'm going to grab the plain washi, not the plain washi, but the other washi, and stick that on the bottom. Now it's a little bit too short for this, and I think I'll just cut off the excess. So I'm going to grab my undo, because I want to get off all of these stickers. So I've got 2 here that need to come off. I will put them back in, but they're just coming off for now. Absolutely adore these brand new tweezers. They're so sharp, and it's like a slightly different point to my purple ones, so it kind of makes it easier sometimes to pick things up. This one's just being a pain. There we go. I'm really loving these new rainbow ones from Luscious Labels. I'll put these just at the top of my mat so I don't lose them. We'll go ahead and put that washi down, and I'll just cut off the excess. So I'll do both sides, cut off the excess, and I'll be right back. Now I've got my washi on. Let's get rid of that stickiness. I can kind of start working on the flipper. I want to do a flipper this week because I've got a lot going on. I just need to keep track of it all. Made that worse, didn't I? still is a bit of a mark, but I'll fix that up when I stick things on later. So for the flipper, I'm gonna make it on a bit of cardboard because I want the strength. So I'm gonna put the green on the front. I want the green on the front, and then I want to use a bit of the pattern paper, this one, to make a pocket. So I'm going to use that to make a pocket, and then on the back I'm going to put this really pretty bit of paper. This really pretty piece of paper. And I've already gone ahead and laser printed Let Your Heart Be Light on a bit of the red paper. I've never done this before. I've never put laser on top of ink and tried to foil it. So I'm going to give it a go because I want to put some gold foil on here so that there's one more place that there's some foil. So I'm going to go ahead and put some foil on this and then start sticking it all together. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone ahead and foiled this. I knew I'd have that. Ooh, actually hasn't worked out too badly. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. I expected it to be a little bit worse than that, but that's really good. Yay! That's going to look lovely. Okay, so I'm going to stick... Okay, which one's the actual straight edge of my card? So I'm going to do a lot of sticking onto paper, which won't make a lot of sense. So I'll go really fast. I want my flipper to be sort of this size with a pocket. Actually, I'll do the pocket first because that way I know the pocket is right and I can sort of all size it towards that. So I've just grabbed, this is the pocket out of Sail and Sea, and I'm just going to use it to trace because it's a little bit easier than drawing it up myself. So I want my pocket to be that way. So I'm just going to cut off the edges so that I have the straight edges to work with. I'm just going to cut this in half because I don't need all of it. We've got our little edge there. So I'm just going to line this up, line the pocket up, just trace around it. I don't need to be perfect with this, it just needs to be sort of rough because I sort of know what I'm doing once I've got the shape. Now I'm going to cheat and use my trimmer for the edges because I find it so much easier. But I'm just going to guide myself a little bit so that I have these whole things straight. You could obviously just do a pocket, you don't need to trace it, but I just find it easier. I'm going to cut the rest of them. I can be reasonably straight. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's not 100% perfect. It just needs to be close. I'm just going to bring in my scoreboard to put the scoring lines back in, remind myself where they need to be. Doesn't work, if it's a bit tight, I just grab my scissors and just fix that up. So it's a little bit tight in that corner. So I'm just fixing the angle because you'll never see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Now it sits flat. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, and I have an idea as well. So I'm going to put that onto the cardboard. So I'm just going to stick it down with glue tape. I am going to glue the living crap out of this. Where are my pages? I want this one to sit on, oh, it doesn't really matter. Either side's fine. So I want it to be about that tall and about this wide. So I'm just eyeballing that just from what I know I like. You can obviously measure if you really want to, but I'm pretty happy with that. And I've left a little bit more on the side so that I can do a little tab with my punch board. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue the green on the front. I'm going to use my, oops, I nearly did that wrong. The edge I can get it reasonably straight, and then I've only got to cut 3 edges. Okay. Just trim that up. Sometimes I am so stupid it drives me up the wall. Just sometimes. This is the benefit of having a printable, because I can just print this green piece again. So I'm going to go ahead and print that again, come back, and I'll be back at this stage again, and it'll be just like that. Alright, I now have my green, and I was clever, and, well, cleverer, and made sure I put the pocket on here before I cut or measured anything. So now it's the right size. I did leave a little bit of a gap though still for the little tab on the other side. So we're going to go on to the back, which has got all of the sort of really pretty ones. The way I found is easier to cut these, because my trimmer only goes to 8.5. I tend to cut it to A5, and that way I know it fits all throughout the, like it's the right height that I can cut any edge, and then I'll go back and cut off the white bits, and then I can work on my paper. So I'm going to cut that, I'll stick that on the back, and I want to go over this side because I don't want the gap down here. I kind of like the look of it hanging off, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down too. It's been a long time since I've done a flipper like this. Still didn't quite work, but it'll be fine. And then for the Let Your Heart Be Light, I just want to cut. You know, I'm having a panic attack that this is going to be too big, so let's just hope. I'm just going to cut it out so it's just a block. I was so worried that was going to be too small. So worried it was going to be too small. So I'm just cutting it out so it's a block. I'm just going to mount it on a little bit of black because I just feel like it needs an outline. So I'm just going to use just a piece of scrap black that I've got sitting in my collection. Is that the tab bit, I'm going to cut the tab bit now so that I make sure, just so I make sure it sits in the right spot. I'll do the punch now. I have changed my mind. I was originally going to do the pocket on the front. I think I'll do the pocket on the back now. So it'll sit in there like that, and we'll have the pocket on the back. Stick that down in the middle, and like I said, you don't need to add this. The bit of paper that's here is actually 100% enough, but it's just more that it just brings in that little bit of extra foil, which we don't have anywhere else other than the washi tape. Because it's got the black outline all around it, it kind of makes it look like it fits in. I'll just really quickly do the pocket, and then we can get back to actually decorating the page. I love that so much, it's so pretty. Okay, it was a lot of effort for the flipper, but I think it just adds just the right amount of stuff. All right, so we need to put days of the week in. I'm really tempted to use this poinsettia along the bottom. I'm also really tempted. I have this gorgeous poinsettia on the top here that I'm thinking I might stick behind. Maybe it's no, it's too green. Definitely the poinsettia. So I'm going to stick that on there. I'll come back to that. Put the days of the week in, and then I want to use the boxes, but I don't want to use the boxes at the same time. And I know that makes not a lot of sense, but I don't want to go too over the top with them. I don't want to use them everywhere. I might actually end up only using sort of 1 or 2 of them, just to keep it all not too boxy. So I'm going to head and stick the days of the week on. I'm just going to stick them over where the days already are, so they're not changing the layout or anything for this one. On there. This is just a bit of scrap paper so that I can get it all the way onto the edges and not have to worry about getting my mat really, really sticky. We'll just stick that there. Okay. Right. So I want to put the presents at the bottom, and I want to put a popping up kind of thing over here. So I'm going to use the Merry. I'm actually going to use a bit of that scrap paper to do myself a little flip up. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Better idea. Because this gingham is kind of a bit plain, I can kind of get away with writing stuff on it. So I'm going to use that to be my sort of flip up bit, if that makes sense, which I'm kind of waffling now, I'm aware, but I just need to make this straight, because if you saw the cards I made, I didn't do a great job of getting the gingham straight, so once it's straight it'll be fine. Could use the trimmer if you want, but I'm going to use the scissors just because they're here, and plus I've got an edge to work to, so that helps. So we'll stick the Merry in the corner and the presents. I do still want to use a couple of boxes around the place. Even though it's going to have a hole punched out of it, I'm going to put the ornament there. I want the special delivery because it's gorgeous. Put the special delivery there. So I'm going to put the special delivery in the middle, and then I'm going to hang the ornament sort of behind it. Okay. And we'll put the ornament there. That way it doesn't quite hit the holes that way. So it just looks like it's sitting in behind that sticker. Put the Merry and the presents in. I love that little Merry in the corner, it just looks perfect. I just want to use this sticker, and I think it's going to be too big. It'll look silly. I know it's taking up all of my Friday. It's absolutely stunning. And I love the fact that it then sort of puts a bit of a stop, because my last day at work's on Friday, so it kind of, that's the last day of work, which I think fits really nicely. Alright, we need a couple more bits of deco stuff. I did mean to use the Christmas tree, but whoops. What do I have on other than last day of work? I'm just going to put the little swatch up on Friday for last day of work, so that's on there. I'm going to put my 27 weeks back in on Tuesday, and my live sticker back in for Thursday. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some of the stamp washi. I adore this. I think it's gorgeous. I'm just trying not to fray the edges too much because I want to use them as a bit of a feature. I'm just going to pull that open. So, whoops, that's not how you do it. They end up looking like little stamps, so I'm just going to sort of put them around the page. Obviously I'll tear off the one I messed up. The only one I'm going to avoid is the Merry one. I'm going to put that one with this gorgeous little scene. And this is going to bring in just a little bit more gold foil as well. And there's a page with quotes. Might be two. Here we go. I'm going to use the status one that says naughty or nice. I'm just going to avoid the Merry. I'm going to put it back on the roll in a second. And that's only because I've obviously used the Merry already. Don't mind if these are a bit scattered and look a bit weird. Just love the extra pop they bring. Just very gently pulling up that ornament. I just want to tuck the stamp in behind it, which is really easy because these glue dots come up without too much of a hassle. And there's just a teensy little bit of washi sitting over that, so I'll just fix that up. Then I'm going to call that this one's done. I've gone a little over the top, but how long's it been since I went over the top with something like this? So I think it's okay. I love this. The only thing I don't like is it's just a little bit, it's just a little bit plain there. So I'm just having a quick, I know what I'm looking for. I just got to find it. It's this one. I'm just going to grab two of these little light hangy bits, I don't know what you call them, strings of lights, and I'm just going to hang them underneath that border. It just looks a little empty at the bottom, so I'm just going to fix that up, and this should solve, that should make this look fine. I'm stuck. So I've just joined those two lights up so they look like one big string. Only other thing I need is just another one of those labels to put onto actually not one of the labels. I'm going to grab this yellow one. So I'm going out for brunch, I think, on Saturday for my birthday. So I just want to put that there so that there's a space for me to write that in. So there we go. That's my Planners Anonymous Deck the Halls Christmas week. I know it's a little bit crazy. I like the crazy, especially at the moment. There's not too much going on, so I can kind of get away with being a bit more busy. But I love the artwork in this kit. It is gorgeous. I did end up getting the TN. Obviously I'm a bit late to use it for this Christmas, but I can use it for next Christmas. And I've still got so much left over. Plus you've got the digital kit. I can just print out more forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And I just love it. I love the digital kits. I think they're fantastic. So that is it for this week's decoration. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please give it that big old thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have been doing Christmas decorations all through December, so if you want to go back and check out the other two, they'll be in the playlist at the end. You can just click on that. And I've got one coming up next week too, where I'm going to use some lawn fawn stuff. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget to follow me on my socials as well. I've got bits and pieces happening over there that you don't necessarily see on my channel. So if you want to check that out, they're down below for you. I also have my live coming up on Wednesday night, which is why I've just realised that my sticker is actually in the wrong place, because it should be on Wednesday night, not Thursday. So I'm just going to really quickly fix this, and we'll just switch that up. I did originally, did for a little while think we'd flip to Thursdays, but Wednesdays just fits better. So we'll go back to Wednesdays. So my live's at 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time on Wednesday night. So come and hang out with me. I hope to see you there. Have a great week, and I'll catch you in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!